Ago, we showed you this video of an orphaned baby javelina found after it fell into a trash can on a construction site.
It's just one of thousands of animals the Tucson Wildlife Center cares for each year. The center does great work, as I found out in this edition of Absolutely Arizona.
Yes, he's really cute.
That's Lisa Bates, whose mission is to take care of southern Arizona's wildlife. She's created the region's premier wildlife rescue facility. At any given time, Bates and her Tucson Wildlife Center are caring for baby javelina, birds of prey, and bobcats. Bates got the idea to open the center back in 1998 after retiring as a plant pathologist at Biosphere 2. She actually trained the biospherians on how to keep their plants alive while locked inside.
I was too young to retire, so what do I want to do? My passion was wildlife, rescuing wildlife.
A passion the Tucson native had to follow. She received training locally and then opened her own wildlife center way out on the east side 22 years ago. With the help of her husband, Pete, they now rescue thousands of animals a year.
In 2019, 4,060, and we did 3,000 almost in 2000.
Wow, so what a jump. And you attribute a lot of that jump just to the sprawl of Tucson growing?
I think so. When they get hit by cars, we usually get the calls, so most of it's coming from urban sprawl.
And with the need to care for more injured animals, Tucson Wildlife Center has grown as well, including a new hospital.
Tucson Wildlife Center, can I help you?
Calls come in, and this is where you first learn about injured or orphaned animals.
Exactly. Yeah. They'll ask questions, and then we can guide them as to whether the animal needs to come in, or maybe they can re-nest them, or if they're on the road and they're badly injured, or an orphan running around with no parents in sight, we can get them to bring them in.
The Tucson Wildlife Center is all donation-based and relies heavily on volunteers who assist the center's two vets.
Here's a screech owl.
Oh, yeah. Just brought in?
Just brought in.
This day in triage, Dr. Davies is examining the screech owl, determining the extent of its injuries. If needed, the Wildlife Center has a state-of-the-art surgical room. Back in triage, where 3 baby mice have just been brought in after being found alone.
We never discriminate with the size of animals we receive. These little mice will get the same care that any larger animal like a bobcat or coyote or javelina would get with us.
The volunteer staff at the Wildlife Center are also monitoring the progress of a ruddy duck.
We have cameras on all of our animal enclosures because they won't do a natural activity in front of a human because they're scared.
The duck has been nursed back to health and will soon be released after waterproofing its feathers. Outside you'll find intermediate rehab enclosures and also the big flight enclosures for birds like this red-tailed hawk, building up its strength before release. The Wildlife Center was just accredited by the Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries and offers education classes. They have dozens of hawks and owls for the program, along with a pair of javelina, Matilda and Grandpa, plus a number of sanctuary bobcats, including Wilbur and Wilma.
Let's say hi to Wilma.
All this is possible because of the volunteers, who have one thing in common with Lisa.
Every volunteer is here because of a passion to help wildlife.
This is a very impressive facility that you've got going. The volunteer effort is impressive, and what you and your husband are doing is just outstanding. Lisa, thank you for the tour. Absolutely Arizona is Tucson Wildlife Center. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And a special thank you to Jack Herring, a volunteer there at the Wildlife Center, for his help. And if you'd like to volunteer or donate, there's a link to the in the web story that's on KGUN9.com right now.